The Bible says that he sent his word and healed all their diseases. We are in God's army. And today is healing service at Valor Christian Center. And there's lots of things that we go through in life that requires healing. Some of it's physical, some of it's financial, some of it's spiritual, some of it's emotional. But God is in the healing business. In fact, as the Great Commission says, to go lay hands on the sick and they shall recover. Jesus specifically called his disciples together and gave them authority to cure diseases. In Luke chapter 8, just real quick, in Luke chapter 8, there's a story about a woman who had an issue of blood. And she had done everything she knew how to do. She had consulted every wise person, every doctor, everybody who had the answer she went to. And the Bible says she grew worse. But then she heard that Jesus was coming to town. And she said in herself, if I can but touch the hem of his garment. Luke 8:43 talks about this. And she pressed in, it says, through the crowd. She did what others didn't have courage to do. I mean, isn't that what our soldiers do? They do what others don't have courage to do. In the face of life and death. Because certainly under the law, she could have been stoned. She could have been killed. Simply for pressing through the crowd. But she said, but if I just touch the hem of his garment, if I just make a connection with the promised land, if I just make a connection with God, I will be made well. And when she touched the hem of Jesus' garment, the Bible says Jesus stopped. And he said, who touched me? See, that's what faith does. When your faith touches Jesus, he stops and says, who touched me? You know, when Peter said, what do you mean, Jesus, who touched you? You see all these people, man, they're throwing all about you. No, how could you tell who touched? And he says, no. He says, virtue. He said, power literally left me when faith touched me. And that's what happens when we touch God with our faith. Power literally leaves the throne room. And Jesus said unto her, daughter, be of good cheer. Your faith has made you well. Go in peace. If you're here today and you're struggling from anything, I can tell you when you struggle with anything, no matter what it is, it takes away your peace. Why? Because your thoughts are captivated by pain. They're captivated by poverty. They're captivated by confusion. And when your thoughts are captivated, the peace leaves. That's why Jesus said in 2 Corinthians 10 to take every thought captive and make it come into the obedience of Christ. And today is the day. Today is the day of freedom for some. Because today is Healing Service Sunday. What makes this different than any other Sunday? Well, this is the Sunday that we've set aside and just declared by faith that God is still in the miracle business. That God still does what His Word says. that He still heals, that He still sets free, that He still saves, that He still delivers. And so if you're here today and need prayer, would like somebody to agree with you, I'm going to invite you to come.